Welcome to the Equi-Heart Pledge. I'm Dr. Jen, and today we're with the herd to share a Wisdom Horse gem of the day. So today we had a lot of unexpected financial issues come up with a truck repair, a couple truck repairs and a house repair, and just things that were not in the budget because they weren't expected. And so whenever this happens, I notice that I get really tight and tense. And so that's what happened today, so I thought I'd bring it out to the herd and see how they could help me with it. I'm going to use the body wisdom technique, or the equine inspired inner inquiry process, to see what we can do with that. So I'm going to just close my eyes and see how I feel that in my body. And as I do that, I'm just aware of this immense sort of tightening in my chest that looks like a coil in my chest. And as I breathe into that, I'm just going to see what the feeling is. And the feeling is fear. So I'm just going to breathe into that and see what the message is. And as I do that, my attention is brought down, yeah? Saren's saying, yeah, I was brought down into my solar plexus. So I know that the issues related in the heart and in the solar plexus. Sorry. And the message I got was that you are infinite. Resources are infinite. So this feeling of lack and limitation that's coiled up in my heart is really not necessary. But this is a deeper issue, so just that realization isn't going to kind of make it go away. So I'm going to see what else wants to happen to help shift this. And I'm going to sit down here with Saren. And Jem. And just be quiet and breathe into my body and tune into what more needs to happen. And as I do that, I become aware of the core belief that's at the core of this particular issue, which is that the core belief is that there is never enough. And as I do that, I see an image of the little Jen, my inner child, reaching out from, say, a crib with her arms outstretched and nobody coming, which helps me know that this is comes from a long time ago, and that it's not just about money, it's about everything. There's not enough love, time, attention, money. Everything is in limited supply. And I'm noticing the sun on me, feeling her warmth. And as I do that, I'm being reminded that outside, but that in the form of the earth and the sun, we can fill ourselves up in every moment with all that we need, and that we can sit in that trust. So I'm going to go ahead and stand up here at Jem, who's doing this work with me like this for the first time, actually, on the ground. She's been watching her mom do the work, and now she's doing it, and Saren took off to give her the chance to work her healing chops. And sometimes the horses will position themselves in the perfect place to help you get something. In this case, she wants me to tune into her base chakra too. So I'm going to put my hand on my base chakra and on her base chakra, and I'm just going to move the chakra energies. And sort of see each chakra being filled up like a balloon with whatever color comes in. And we're going to breathe with this. And then we're going to move up. And we're going to breathe and allow ourselves to be filled with infinite resources. How's that? Is that okay? Can we do this together? Okay, my direction's confused. Good. So we're going to breathe that in, because I notice I'm still breathing a little tightly. And now instead of a tight coil in my spiral in my heart, I see this spiral coming down through all the chakras, linking them down. Instead of a straight line, it's a spiral pattern, which is interesting. And we're just going to ask to anchor in the sweetness of abundance, the sweetness of life. The sweetness that comes when we're convinced that we are infinitely big and that all things are possible, that all resources are available in the moment when we breathe them in. And then we're just going to sort of invite them into our energy field. We're just going to invite it in. And when we do that, we're going to give little Jen a hug, right? Because she was reaching out, stretched before, and nothing came. So we filled her up now. We're just going to give her a big hug. Would you help me with that, Jem Jem? Now, as within, so without. So we're going to give Jem a hug, which she's not always used to, so we'll see what she thinks. And sometimes with this healing work, we heal both beings. Sometimes one of us is offering healing to the other, and sometimes we heal together. And Jem hasn't been here that long, and she came with some wounds. And so today I get the feeling that working through the chakras was for both of us, that we did that together. And how beautiful is that? So thank you, Miss Jem. I love you. I'm glad you're here. So today, where do you need to remember that you're an infinite being with an infinite supply of resources at your disposal when you remember to call them in and love yourself? Where do you need to feel the support of Mother Earth and the sun to remind yourself that there is always more than enough? I invite you to call that in and experiment with that feeling in your body of being always more than enough. And let me know how that goes. We'll see you next time. Thanks, Jen.